to a Grown Folks production with the commish, Nate.
All right, happy Monday. Monday. My God, what is wrong with me? This tells you when it's time for a break, when you start calling it a Monday morning. It is not a Monday morning. Happy Friday morning. Yes, thank you, Poohty. Okay, listen, guys. Poohty's here with me. He has found the soundtrack. He will not leave it alone. This is going to be all day. I'm just telling you right now, for however long that we're here. Oh, God, it's going to be all day. It's going to be a long stream. This is going to be a long stream. We are super pumped. How you doing today, Poohty?
Well, it's Friday, so doing all right. My work weekend, so it's not really Friday to me, but doing good. Can't complain. Woke up this morning, so praise God for that.
Yep, Poohty is at work. That's why he's not on camera, which is why I don't have us up over here, where he would normally be right over there in that little square. Instead, you're just stuck looking at this old ugly face. But Poohty, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk a little bit about Madden 24 news. It ain't great, and I was kind of excited because you were like, oh, I got to work. I'm not going to be able to be there because I feel like I'm going to give you a bunch of bullets to shoot, and I just hate whenever you shoot bullets because it's the only game that I got. So it's like, if you're stuck with an ugly wife, like you just love her. Like it's your wife. You picked her, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking Madden 24. I'd like to just touch on a little bit of 2K23 golf, whatever it's called. What is it called?
All right, it's called PGA Tour.
PGA Tour
2K23.
I want to talk a little bit about that because it's free and there's been some changes. And then last, I want to just talk about community. You and I have been for quite some time, but I feel like really this year trying to focus on growing the community as a whole. And I want to talk about a couple of things. So let's get over here and talk Madden 24. So on the screen right now is what is now a 30-page post on EA's forums, and it ain't great news. It seems like the 50% off codes that in the original email for the beta, it said that you would be emailed your code. You would be emailed your discount code for 50% off. I even went back and looked. Then when you got into the beta, it offered you a 50% off there, and in the Madden 23 opening menu, it offered you a 50% off. But both of those were for the Ultimate Team package, the $100 version. So you basically got the $100 version for the regular version price. I held out hope that, no, they said they would email us a link, and they're probably just doing what all companies do. They're just trying to see if they can grab a couple extra people to buy the Ultimate version, get the full $50 for your wallet. Then it seems like that they cut those off. I think originally the post said that you had to pre-order by July 27th or 22nd, something like that. They actually cut it off before then. And then they found a glitch that if you had 10% off because you have like EA Play, you get an automatic 10% off, that it overrid your 50% off that you had. And so it wouldn't ignore the 10 and give you the 50, it would only give you the 10. And so this post started saying that, people are like, hey, we're not getting our 50, give us our 50. One of the EA people posted a week ago saying, listen, we're going to mark this as resolved so that we can continue to see, I don't understand their system, but they said so that we can continue to monitor replies. I don't even know what that means, but that's what they said. And they said, we're looking into it. We've noticed that there's an issue. We'll get back to everybody. Well, it was a week ago, and no one has been able to get an answer yet. And they just continue to post and continue to post and continue to post. There was another article that I originally posted in our OMFL forums. Another post right after this one was a guy asking for them to reach out to an SI writer who writes about Madden often. They did. That guy did post an article, not on Sports Illustrated, on some other random gaming.com website or something, but it is an SI writer who wrote the article saying that a lot of us cannot get our 50% off. So it is not a good look. It's up to 30 replies. I am registered to this, so I'm getting pinged what feels like every 5 minutes. It ain't pretty, Poohty, and it ain't great. Why can these gaming companies not figure this out, man? This feels like an HR disaster. Not HR, PR. Did I lose you?
Well,
oh.
No. I mean,
FYI, everyone, let's just put out a disclaimer real quick, Poohty. If Poohty goes MIA and stops answering me, it's because the boss man walked in, okay?
That's correct. Well, my take on it, and I know you're not going to like this, is
I know.
And this does kind of go with corporations in general, but it's EA, man.
No, I get it.
The whole reason they promised that 50% off was because they screwed franchise up so bad last year, and they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We promise you guys we really care about franchise, and to show you how much we care, we're going to give you 50% off next year," because they had already heard numerous people talking about not purchasing next year's game. And so in order to entice people, they're like, we'll give you 50% off. They give you this promise, and then they come out with this. To me, if I were still playing Madden in a franchise, this would be a slap in the face. This is a slap in the face to the entire franchise community. They're basically, I don't know if you've seen this, but there is a South Park episode about this where there's only one cable company in the area, and they keep doing things to screw around with the customers.
Sounds like where T-Ray and Charles live.
Yeah, and so the guys at the customer desk that they're talking to, the kids are telling their complaint to, and the whole time they actually have these little like pockets over their nipples that they pull down and they start rubbing their nipples and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm so
Oh my
sorry."
God.
This I'm telling you, you should watch the clip. It's
No,
really
I
hilarious because
shouldn't.
every time EA does stuff like this, it's just what comes to my mind. They sit there and they tell you, "Oh, we're so sorry, we care so much," but they don't. They know what they're doing. They know they have the monopoly on the NFL game. They know they're the only game in town, and they know that if franchises care about their franchises, they're going to buy the game. So they made this false promise. I think this was intentional. I don't think this is an accident. I don't think it's something that they don't know how to do. Clearly, they know how to give sales on stuff. So they are a big company that's been doing it for, decades. And to me, it's just sad that they would do the community this way, and they've done this in the past where it's like, oh, we care so much about franchise, we promise we're going to do so much, and we've discussed their cycle as part of their problem, as far as how much you're going to actually get each year. That's not going to change unless they decide to do a buy yearly thing, which I don't think they'll do that either. It would make sense, but that's a whole different discussion. But I hate it for all you guys that are in leagues that you were lied to, and that they're not just be responsible enough to own up to your promise. It's not like you're going to go bankrupt. They make hundreds of millions of dollars off of Madden every year just because of money anyway. So
I
it's
think
not
the
like
reason
they're going to be hurting.
I think the reason they won't go bankrupt is a bit of the problem. I'm assuming this. I've never been there. I have no real clue. But if I understand how corporations work, especially in what can be greedy corporate America, they're probably all running on skeleton crews, and people are probably grossly overworked. So I agree with you. They do know how to run discounts. Yeah. They do know how to do these things. But I think so few people have their hands in so many pots that things like this are happening, which I think is what led to the franchise issue, is that EA had cheap, crappy servers. I'm assuming these things, but cheap, crappy servers that got overloaded and messed up everybody's franchises. And they were not ready to have both PS4 and PS5 and Xbox and all the other versions that they have, PC and everything else. And it's a sad state of gaming right now. But I continue to look on the horizon, and I think more than ever, can the common man, you and I, if we had the finances, we wanted to invest the time, like today, now more than ever, we could go against the big boys, And so we're seeing the people with funds, the streamers, and these people, these small kind of content creators banding together to go against these large corporations who are not putting out great products. And so I just hope that in the horizon that's to come, we can see really good games coming out. Let's talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And, we talked about this some on the last one, about some of the streamers coming together with devs and stuff. And you kind of seeing that break away from the big corporations of people with talent trying to do something more, and that's really the only hope that we have, because just like with anything else, if there's monopoly on things, we all know how that works. The company that has a monopoly will screw the customers every way they can because they know that they can. So, there has to be competition that comes into play at some point. We continue crossing our fingers and hoping Maximum Football will make a good leap whenever it comes out. I want to say this year, but they're starting to run out of time for that because it's not even coming on PC yet. So, you want to see those things come about, because when competition comes around, then it leads the leader of the pack has to either start adapting and start doing more, or eventually those that were behind will catch up and surpass them. We see that all the time. So, hopefully, like we said, a few years from now, we'll have more options of things that will, if nothing more, it'll push companies like EA to strive to do better. So we'll see.
Let's talk PGA. It's free. It's coming out on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Last time there was a really good free game. It felt like almost nobody grabbed it. It was a race car game, and it's a ton of fun. I enjoy it. I wish somebody would get us a race car league going. Even again, if it's just once a month or something, once every 6 weeks, there's an event night or a race night or something. It would be a ton of fun. Well, PGA 2K23 is coming out on Tuesday on PlayStation, but was it Plus or whatever? They've got those different tiers, but download it free, and we're pushing to get a golf league going. I think I got a golf league going, 4 years ago. Poohty was a part of it. I may be wrong about this, but it feels like Poohty ran it for a bit when I ran out of time, and then Cooley ran it for a bit. Okay, Poohty just played there, and then he got tired of Cooley pushing our stuff in, and so Cooley ran it for a bit, and then it went away, and then it kind of came back for a hair when 2K took back over, and then it feels like it sort of went away again. It's free. You can go download it, and we're looking for a leader to come and start playing, getting something going. Again, if it's just once a month. So it would be a ton of fun. You started looking into it. What'd you find?
So what I found earlier was it does seem that there are at least online tournaments that you can do. So I haven't played the game. I don't have the game. And what I read was kind of vague, but it does say that there are online tournaments that you can participate in. I know the original game that this game used to be, which was the golf club game that was made by indie developers that 2K purchased from them, basically. It had a society, a thing called Societies. I don't know if this game has that, but if it does, it opens the door for us to be able to have a quote unquote league. If someone in the community would be willing to run it, that would be awesome. Like you said, it doesn't have to be something where you have a tournament every week. You could have a tournament or have your season to run. You got to play this course within the 2-week period or something. It could be anything like that. But if we got anyone in the community that's interested in that type of thing, just let us know. We'll be glad to talk with you and try to help you get it set up and going and try to recruit people in for it. And, I think it would be cool, like you said, to just do it every once in a while, if nothing more.
Yep, I agree. Good to see Cincy in the chat. Yeah, Cincy, 2 live shows today. What am I doing with my life? Cincy, that kind of moves us well into kind of the last little thing that I wanted to talk about. And Cincy has been a part of trying to get something going in Call of Duty, which is, it always feels like it falls a little flat unless we get like Poohty and a bunch of us from PUBG to go play that, which we still do from time to time. It feels like it's fallen flat. So hopefully Cincy can get the Call of Duty community active and playing together. It's always good to start to see those chats fill up. I've seen over the last probably month, PUBG really begin to fill up multiple chats. And it's just cool. Even when I'm not on and I can just pull up Discord and I see all of those chats filled up, it just brings that sense of community, which is what I wanted to talk about here. We've really moved away from the website, moved away from all the hosting fees, everything that went into having a website and a forum. And it was, several $100s every single year that probably half of our fundraiser would have to go towards keeping running. That's all going away so that we could invest into Discord and just make it easy, because we're always on those phones. Mine's charging right over here, but we're constantly on those phones, and people are rarely like me. There are a handful of us, but I'd say the percentage is below 50% who will get on a computer and have a full setup. Most of us want to do everything from our phones. And so moving to Discord, investing into bots, investing into more chats, investing into more roles. And I've done that. I've invested countless hours trying to get that thing ready and get it in a good place, has been a good thing. And one of the side effects of what EA has done with Madden is that a lot of our Madden leagues are going away. I'm in talks with at least one Madden league, but possibly a second right now, about bringing their communities. One's super cool for our leaders. If you see our guy Nick from New York in the chat, I think I gave him partner permissions to look around. Cool dude, man. Just same kind of origin stories of the OMFL and a lot of these other long-standing leagues like Poohty's, even though he doesn't run anymore, but Poohty started the NBC, and it's just like I started this with some friends, and then we grew it, and then I started meeting people all over the world who played this, and we stuck together, and just a neat guy, and I'm hoping that they decide to bring their league over to the GrownFolks community, and in talks with another one, because Poohty and I really want to grow the entire community. And so I invested some time this week in growing the merch store, putting up multiple chats. There's a donation chat, perk chat that's up now for those friends who donated. They can enter into our giveaways, and we got a t-shirt giveaway that we're testing right now, and then we're going to do some Madden giveaways. Just really trying to grow the community as a whole. And what Poohty has found, and I'll let him talk for himself, but like he's really invested in growing the PUBG group. There was a time where we grew the Red Dead group, where that game was super hot, right? We've grown these different groups and then tried to hand them off to leaders so that we can continue to grow the community as a whole. And the point is that we're trying to get everyone out of their little boxes of their communities and really connect with the community as a whole. And hopefully with the merch store, the Discord, bringing in some new blood, using the voice chats, the Friday streams are back. Madden will be here. I'll be streaming more often. All of these things hopefully will lead to a more connected community. But Poohty, what do you think when it comes to just trying to connect the community to a whole, and how do we get people to venture out of their little boxes?
Well, that's one thing I really wish I knew how to do, because it's not like we haven't been trying, but I really don't know. I mean, I just encourage people, just venture out, see what else we have out there, try something out, give it a shot. Right now is the best time to do it because all the Madden leagues are pretty much done right now. They're waiting for the new game to come out. You have a gaming system that you purchased, so it's not like you don't have the tools, and it's not like you don't have the time because you're playing the Madden League all the time, which you're not doing now. So there's free time, it would seem. I know it's summertime and people are busy and whatnot, but I mean, most of us are at home in the evening because we've worked all day and we've spent time with our families and we want to relax. So I don't know. I mean, I just would like to encourage people to just try some things. I really hope we can get the 2K thing going with the PGA. I think it would be cool, like you said, short term, try it out. Get someone in there willing to run it, set it up and go with it. And the racing thing you talked about. I mean, I don't know how many people ended up getting the game. I tried to make it aware to the community. Hey, this thing's free. All you have to do is download it to your library and play it whenever you want. If we had someone wanting to try to do something with that, you can. That was a cool game. You can create your own, put your own tracks in an order and let people run it like that. And we can do stuff like that, like you said, once a month, twice a month, whatever, and just.
You, Cooley, and I played a couple. It feels like it's been a couple weeks now, but we played for a night. It's fun, man. It's different. It's a different fun, but we had a good time.
I enjoyed it. It's a fun little racing game. It's a lot of street racing and cool cars, and I don't know. I thought it was fun, and like you said, if someone was willing to run something like that, they can go in and set up the tracks in order of however they want it, set up the rules for each one, and and then have things set up, and they could create their own leaderboard somehow if they wanted, or something, and just kind of post it. And I mean, it would be cool. So that there's options there, of at least a couple of games that we know of right now, and they're sports titles, which is another thing that I thought about, earlier when you were talking about what can we do to get these people into it. I know a lot of the guys that came into the community were based in Madden, so they're sports people. They like sports games. So it would be cool if someone. I think we tried to get someone to start the NBA 2K league, and I kind of never really heard much about it after that. So
MLB,
we really need people willing.
FIFA.
We just need people willing to step out and organize some stuff. And once you organize it and get it going, it's not as hard. It just takes that setting it up originally, get it going, seeing what works, what don't work, working with the guys that's in the group, and try to figure. One thing that I found when I ran NBC, and I still do it with PUBG from time to time, is poll the people that's in your group and say, hey, what nights works best to do something? I did it
Right.
recently for our PUBG custom event, to see if a different time on a different day would be better. But it ended up the time we were doing it is probably the best time. So,
Yeah,
but
for these community
you
events, which is something you didn't mention, but even those community events, especially in shooters where people are kind of doing their own thing, some of these other games you can kind of do your own thing. Like it kind of brings you back to more of a group, a large group kind of activity.
hmm Yeah, and that's why I try to encourage everyone in the PUBG. Hey, we've got like 30 people in there, so if we normally only get 10. If we could get 20, we could really have some really cool custom games going on. But it takes people showing up. So
It still kills me when I
yeah,
see people like, I'm looking for a game, there's no one on, and there's like 8 people in the voice chat, and we're like, we just jump in the voice chat. That's it. Just pop in there.
yeah,
All kinds of people in there for you to play with.
yeah. That's one thing. I mean, recently the Discord was put on PlayStation. It was already on Xbox. We have people in different games that play on different consoles. The simplest thing there is to do is to open the Discord app and just simply look in the voice chat. If you see people in the voice chat, guess what? They're playing the game. All you gotta do is jump in there and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a team." Honestly, I don't look at my phone that much. So if I'm
Yeah,
playing the game, I'm not looking at my
that's
phone.
it.
I'm already in the voice chat. If you're looking for a team, PUBG people, I'm telling you right now, go look in the voice chat. You don't have to take the time to type anything up. All you have to do is go look and you press a button to connect to it and you're connected. And it's really simple. It's really easy. And then the teams can split up into different voice chats after that as they choose. But, I mean, I don't know. You were asking me, how do we get people, more involved? And I'm pretty much to the point of pulling my hair out of, I don't know how to make things any more simpler for people
Yeah.
for things, but they just, don't want to do it because it's different. I don't know. But anyway, yeah,
Well, we're going to do some
we have the tool.
giveaways. Hopefully, that'll start connecting people. If you're a donating member, you get more of a chance. You do have to manually enter, but this is a way that it's automated. I don't have to do a secondary system. I don't have to stream it to stay on the up and up. Like it's all done on the back end. I set it up. I tell it the parameters. I tell it who can enter, and it will just pop up. When I tell it it's over, it'll pop up and say, here is your winner. It gets me every time. So hopefully that will engage people a little bit more. I don't know why my YouTube chat here isn't working. I'm going to have to look into that when we get off the stream here in a minute. But
Yeah.
we want you guys to
One
come hang
thing,
out with us.
yeah, one thing real quick, I do want to encourage everyone, if you did donate, please go to that Discord chat he's talking about and please participate in the drawings. I mean, I know you donated money and a lot of people are like, well, I don't really
Pooty,
want
real
anything
quick.
for it, but yeah,
You laughed at me because you and I had a bit of an autocorrect confusion conversation, but I put together a long message that I DM'd to every donating member and customized it to fit that level of donation, saying, hit me up so I can get you your stuff. One response.
yeah,
I've had one response of a guy that picked his t-shirt. It's like,
yeah.
this is
Well,
a
that's
perk.
why
Like I'm like, you're not just giving me, I'm not living on this money. Like this is going to the community. This
right,
is why we're doing this. And I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, that's why I really wanted to say that to encourage people. Hey, I know you're thinking to yourself, I just want them to donate. I don't really want anything
Yeah.
for it. That's great. And that's a great attitude to have. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, the money's been donated. The whole point of the donations is to give back to the community. Your donation went above whatever you're getting back in a gift of a reward. So, don't feel like you don't need to take your reward. Take your reward for it.
Yeah.
It's appreciated that you're willing to donate and,
Yep.
just go participate in the drawings and you may win, you may not win, but I
And
mean,
that's what the
we only
funds are
have 2 people
for.
participating. Right. I mean, that's what makes it fun, so
Yeah.
participate, folks.
And the merch store's up, and so there's all kinds of new merch. I put out a bunch of new things. I think I put out some new PUBG ones. They put out some new options, and so there's like not only t-shirts but pullovers and all kinds of hats. There's all kinds of stuff on there. I think Pooty's got
Yeah.
coasters. A guy in the
I love
OMFL
those
has
coasters,
a
man.
couple like
They're awesome.
mugs that he's gotten, stickers. Like there's literally all kinds of stuff that you can get on our merch store, and it does give us a little kickback. Now, when I purchase from the merch store, we get no kickback. So for the giveaways and that kind of stuff, we don't. But if you purchase it, it does give us a small little kickback. Travago, listen to me. Tangia, which is the tangia.co/GrownFolks, is a website that you can purchase like a bucket of coins and interact with my streams as we do these every Friday live for GrownFolks Live and for all of the other ones that I do for Madden, for PUBG. I'm about to start doing some more PUBG streams, that kind of thing. So you can come interact with the streams and it'll be a ton of fun. So, venture out. I tried to, the fundraiser is going to go the rest of July, which is a couple of days here, and then all of August. It never stops, but I just don't push it anymore because I don't want to be that guy that's constantly asking for money. But I'll push it through August. We're constantly posting things in chat. ATG, TFL, our friends over there who are no longer playing Madden and your league isn't coming back. We've left your groups in there. We've left leadership in there for at least the rest of this year. We may remove leadership because if you're not running a league and you're not going to talk, like no one's talking our leadership chat from those groups, then there's no reason to be in there. Like that chat is for people to help give input to run the community. But we're not going to remove you guys from the server. We're going to leave your chats, and I hope one day that those leads come back. But come venture out, come connect with the rest of the community. There's still a fundraiser going on. You can still help support the community, still invest in being a part of the giveaways and the streams and all kinds of stuff. There's some cool people out there, and there's some great people in those leagues, and I really encourage you to come and check out some of these other groups and help us get some things going. There's so many options from FIFA. I'm in talks with the WWE, the wrestling group, trying to figure out which game because we have multiple games. Can we bring something back there that's easy to do? There's Call of Duty. There's 2K basketball. There's the golf coming out. There's, of course, Madden. There's going to be all kinds of other new games coming out. So Apex, right? There's a game that we don't play a ton of, but I know groups play. And so just lots of options, and hopefully people will come and take advantage of it. Well, Poohty T, happy Friday, my friend. Thanks for making time to come hang out with me. Give me some closing thoughts about everything we've talked about today.
Well, mainly, we're looking for people in the community.
I meant to tell you this. The audio has been great.
Okay.
I don't know what you did, but the audio has been awesome.
I turned my input volume up, so that must have been
there. You go.
What it was. Probably because I'm using this Bluetooth headset. So, just encourage people in the community. Hey, we need some leaders to step up that's willing to run some groups. We're two people. We can only do so much. I'm pretty focused with PUBG, so I don't really have time to do something else to run it. Nate's focused with OMFL and the Deuce and stuff, and taking care of the Discord and, trying to get all this other stuff set up and giveaways. And there's just a lot. So there's only so much we can do. And so we're just encouraging people in the community, please, DM us if you're willing to try to lead a group. Like we said this before with trying to start the 2K NBA. We'll be glad to help you get something going and get something set up. If you need, tips or help or anything, we'll be glad to help you out there and help you get set up, trying to help you find places to recruit people to come in, all those things. We want to grow these communities to where people don't feel like they only have to play just one thing and they're stuck in just one thing, and then they meet other people to play with and talk with them and get to know them. Like we talked last time about, it was awesome meeting you in person, coming and hanging out with you and your wife. All that was great and it was fun. And, like I said, I felt like I know you anyway because I've talked to you so much for so many years between playing games and just discussing other stuff we've done. It's awesome. And you don't get those connections if you just stay in your one little box, And so that's the point of the community. I encourage everyone, please step out of your comfort zones a little. To those Madden leagues aren't coming back, we don't want you to leave the community. We're encouraging you to find other places in the community to get plugged in, to get involved in, to participate in. If it's something you feel led in to try to run a league for something, let us know.
Yep.
And if there's games that we're not thinking of, that you know of, that there's a big multiplayer aspect to, that it could be brought in, let us know and bring these things to our attention so that we can continue to grow things. But like I said, we're only 2 people. It takes more people to do that, and there's other people who help out in other ways too. I don't want to say it's like it's just us two. There's lots of other people. A lot of the other leaders do a lot of things for their leagues and try to help, encourage people to do stuff. Encourage your leagues, encourage your members to step out, try something new, and let's grow this community as a bigger thing than what it currently is. For everyone to have something else to enjoy.
Yep, I agree. And for our friends in the TFL, ATG, the Deuce has openings. We're pushing. We've got a lot of people joining us. I'll also say this hurts me a little bit because Poohty and I have talked hours about this. I've said it on stream multiple times. There's no way in the world Pappy watches my stuff, but I'm a massive fan of Pappy. I've been a partner with him for 10 years. I don't know, long time. I've helped. That's how I met Poohty, was through that. And it is what it is. Pappy's busy. Pappy has priorities in his life, and it feels like it's other things right now. But we have switched over to Neon Sports, and it's pretty spectacular. With an app, with how it integrates with Discord, it's a little mind-blowing, and it feels like we just stepped into 21st century. I don't even know if that's the right phrase to use. Technology. It feels like I went from stones and sticks to a flying car, because it's pretty spectacular. So for those who want to run a Madden League, the offer's still out there. Any community that donates $50 or more will purchase your league page for you. We're just trying to find perks. So if you're looking for a league, you're in one of those leagues that are no longer running, we definitely have some leagues that have openings. The NBC, I think, is still trying to come back. I'm getting a little mixed reviews, but I think we'll know more about the NBC here very soon. And in the next 2 weeks, Matt will be here, and we'll be playing, and hopefully with our 50% off code. So lots of fun stuff, lots of good stuff. And I'm just ready to get it rolling now and start playing again. Poohty T, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me today, man.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully work is kind to you this weekend, but we'll be back a little later this afternoon. And so if you guys are around, OMFL Media Days will be back at 3:30 Central this afternoon. We'll be interviewing a couple of our coaches. So come hang out at Media Days, guys. All right, team. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. I think.
Smash that like and subscribe.